Can you believe 2024 is almost over? Are you panicked yet? Well, if not, you should be, because you're running out of time to save tens of thousands of dollars on taxes. You want to learn how? We're going to educate you. I'm Brad, Certified Financial Planner.
And I'm Matt, Certified Financial Planner. And today we're going to use our experience as financial advisors to share with you tips whether you're retired or still working to save money on taxes this year.
The first thing you must do is maximize your 401k. If you're under the age of 50, you can contribute $23,000, and if you're over the age of 50, you can contribute $30,500. This is so important because every dollar you contribute reduces your adjusted gross income. You can save up to 50% on taxes in doing this, depending on your tax bracket.
Yeah, and this is very important, Brad, because it can be a fire drill for you, because in order to get those dollars into the 401k or your employer-sponsored plan, they need to be coming out of payroll. So you may need to make adjustments right away to change the withholdings on your plan.
Just a few pay periods left.
Right.
Yeah. The next thing you need to do is get your Roth conversions done by the end of the year.
Yeah, great point. And unlike your Roth IRA contributions or IRA contributions that can be done April of 2025, the conversions have to happen before December 31st of this year. So just be aware when you're working to get these done that there are some operational things that have to happen, and you need to get it done this year.
Right, and oftentimes the custodians have a lot of work that they're processing at the very end of the year, so don't delay on this, start early. Another thing you need to do is make qualified charitable distributions.
Yeah, great point. So in 2024, you're able to give $105,000 directly to a charity, and this can satisfy your required minimum distribution as well. So that's how it's lowering your tax bill. But one thing, Brad, to keep in mind, and everyone else out there, is that you can actually start doing these at age 70 and a half. And although it's not necessarily saving you on tax dollars today, in the future when those required distributions start, maybe it's going to be lower, so that can help.
Absolutely, because the future tax bill on your RMDs is going to be quite large. Now, the key to making this successfully is making sure that the distribution goes directly to the charity and doesn't go to you first. That's a real key component. And while we're talking about charity, make sure to make a contribution to a donor-advised fund.
Yeah, these are awesome because you can actually make a contribution to these funds, and you don't necessarily have to make the choice of which charity you want to get it or give the dollars to. And so you get the deduction today, and then in the future you can give these dollars to the charity of your choice.
Right, and while you're waiting to make the donation in the future, you can invest the money and you can grow it, so that way your future donation can be much larger than what you give today. And while giving to charity is great, a lot of people want to make sure they're giving to their kids and their friends as well.
Yeah, this is fantastic. So in 2024, you're able to give $18,000 per person, and if you're married filing jointly, you can each give $18,000, so $36,000. And that is so you don't have to file any tax paperwork on either side, no gift tax ramifications or anything like that. But one thing we want to point out is that giving highly appreciated stock to people that are in lower tax brackets, so then you're gifting those shares and then they're selling them at a lower bracket. So ways to save taxes on both ends as well.
Right, absolutely. And so in this way, you can have a planned giving strategy where you can help the kids, give to them, help them get set up for a down payment on a house, and you and your spouse could be giving $36,000 per year to your children to help lower your future estate tax liability, but then also help the kids out. You don't get a deduction on it, but the kids are also not taxed on the gift at all.
And you may be able to give more dollars over and above that $36,000. Just be aware that you're starting to decrease your lifetime exclusion.
And if you're still working and you have a high deductible health savings plan, make sure to max out your health savings account.
In 2024, you're able to put in $8,300, and it's triple tax advantage for you. So the dollars go in, you're deducting right off the top of your income, and then they grow tax deferred. You can actually invest these dollars too to grow them over time for our inevitable health expenses in the future. And then if you use them for medical expenses, qualified medical expenses, they're coming out tax-free too. And some people will get kind of scared of putting too much dollars into these types of plans because they don't want to be penalized if they're not used for qualified medical expenses. But at age 65, you're able to take these dollars out for whatever you want to use them for. Just know that you would be taxed at ordinary income at that time, but no penalty.
Right, and a strategy that we love is make the contributions to your health savings account invest it, and grow it for the future. And those dollars can help you cover the cost of long-term care should you need it in the future. And again, all of it coming out is totally tax-free, which we love. The end of the year is a great time to assess your investment portfolio to determine if you need to do a rebalance. And if you have tax losses that you accrued in 2022, it's a great opportunity to use those losses to rebalance in a tax-efficient way right about now.
Yeah, and with those losses, if you've accrued them over the years, you have these losses harvested. So you may be aware of a term called tax loss harvesting, and you can use those losses to deduct $3,000 a year directly off of your adjusted gross income. And these don't expire, they go out into perpetuity. And then also using those losses to offset gains, just like Brad said, where you can rebalance and maybe not necessarily pay any taxes doing that.
Tax-free rebalancing is great. And it's never too early to start planning on how to save money in taxes for next year. If you're turning 50 in 2025, you can take advantage of the catch-up contribution starting as early as the first pay period in January.
That's a great point. It's a misconception that people think they need to be age 50 before they can do those catch-up contributions. So even in 2025, if you turn 50 in December, you can start off January next year making those extra contributions.
So these are 7 things you can do now to save money on taxes before the end of the year. But there's so many other ways that you can lower the tax bill. If you want help with this, or if you want strategies designed to lower your tax bill, get in touch with our team. We are so happy to help you do this.
And this is the season of giving, so be sure to share this video with your friends and family because I'm sure they want to save on taxes too.
And for more videos like this, make sure to like and subscribe below, and we'll see you on the next one.